I remember we sat down a couple of years ago and we had coffee in Singapore. I asked you a very simple question. I said, Pritam, do you see yourself as an alternative prime minister to Lee Hsien Loong? And your answer, I'm paraphrasing here, and correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, you said no. I see myself as a strong opposition. My goal is to make sure I get to 30%. Do you think that there was a lack of ambition? Do you think you should pivot away from that 1/3 into saying that, we represent actually something completely different and we're ready for it? And the supplementary questions to that is that why did you not leave Aljunied?
Right.
The general should fight outside of the bunker.
Firstly, I wouldn't say that Aljunied is a bunker. The reality is we are the opposition in Singapore. There are no safe seats for us. And there's no safe bunker. Anything can change. And before you know it, you are at the forward edge and you've got to fight your battle there. In terms of strategy, where we go, why we go here or there, I won't say too much about that. But what I would say is the point about ambition which you make, and again, I can understand it, but I have to have a good finger on the pulse of Singaporeans. I've got to understand what they want. And I've got to understand how they respond to language which reflects ambition. If that language is not in sync with their broad understanding of what they want out of politics in Singapore, then ambition can be a death knell for any politician in Singapore. And as I alluded to earlier, if we accept that Singaporeans are pragmatic and there's no demand for a change of government, then going out there with flying a flag which says, I'm your prime minister in waiting, is probably, with respect, an act of foolishness, in my view at least. To succeed in opposition politics in Singapore, in my humble opinion, in my view, of course, and my friends from the other opposition parties may feel differently about this, is if you do your house visits week in, week out, if you're on the ground week in, week out, you will have an excellent assessment of the pulse of Singaporeans. And then your message has to anchor itself to that.